There used to be times when I felt like my life was a long straight line. I wake up, follow my routine, do the things I always do. Everything was seamless and pre-programmed. You know, when you're young and naive and you often make decisions made by society or the people around you, or as the adults say, do what's always been done. So you do the same things, stay in the same place, be with the same people, and expect to get the same results as them. And yet, you are not happy even after doing it all. It was when I turned 26 when I started looking at my life from a distance, and I realized that it doesn't really look like a straight line. It looked more like a tree with endless branches, every branch representing a choice where my life could have gone in a different direction. I don't know if you're familiar with the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. It's basically a story about the 18th century Scottish history and the Jacobites uprising, but it's very good, I have to say. But I have the audiobook here, and I'm just gonna read a passage from one of the main characters, Jamie. This is what he said. Every day, every man has a choice between right and wrong, between love and hate, sometimes between life and death. And the sum of those choices becomes your life. That's just beautiful. That's just very beautiful. I have no words. In many ways, our lives grow like the branches of the trees. So many small choices, don't you think? Sometimes the difference between two completely different lives is one small decision repeated over time. The decision to go out for a walk today, the decision to sit down and be gentle to yourself, the decision to sit beside the person you love and truly listen, the decision to go outside instead of staying inside your thoughts, to be kind and patient, to forgive, the decision to choose change because nothing changes if nothing changes. I sometimes think about this when I go out, for a walk in the afternoons. Because what if I chose a completely different path back then? And this was like long before I met Steven. In college, I was invited to join a band, a female band to be more specific. And so I thought I was gonna be a musician. This was the time of, I think it was year 2006, 2007. The time of Greendale and Paramore, My Chemical Romance. And back then it was so cool to be part of a band like this, especially if you're a female. So it was really nice. But I had my son. And I simply chose to have my son. And even if I'm given, an opportunity to go back in time, I'd still choose to have my son. But sometimes I wonder, how would it look like if I had chosen a different path back then? I probably wouldn't be here now, talking to all of you or doing the things that I'm doing. But it makes you think, how much of an impact it has when we choose something, when we decide something. Regardless, I have no regrets. Sometimes we imagine that change requires a very dramatic turning point. but is actually created by the accumulation of tiny choices. A year from now, the person who chose to move their body each day might feel stronger and healthier. The person who chose to keep showing up to their work might suddenly find themselves somewhere they never expected. The person who chose to nurture their relationship might build something that endures a lifetime. No matter where you are today, remember that the future is not a straight line. The truth is, we're always one decision away from changing the course of our lives. And the beautiful thing about that is that it means change is always available to us because decisions compound. So choose carefully. Choose the person you want to become, because one day you'll realize that this life you're living now was built from the small choices you make each day. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.